Hello my dear students, once again I welcome you all to Prudence Coaching English class. In this particular channel you will get ICSE, CVSE and WBBSE solutions. So my dear students, if you haven't yet subscribed this channel, then do subscribe this channel and click on the bell icon to get notification of all newly uploaded videos in this particular channel. As usual students, we came up with another important chapter of your book. So this is a poem that is The Snare and written by James Stephens. So let us start with the poem. In this particular video we will see the stanza wise explanation of the poem along with the question answers from this particular chapter. So let's get started. Before starting, let us get a brief introduction about this poem. The poem is written by James Stephens. Here in this poem, the poet expresses his concern about the rabbit caught in the snare. Here, snare means a trap. Then relates his desperate attempt to find the animal. Now let us start with the first stanza of the poem, The Snare. I hear a sudden cry of pain. There is a rabbit in a snare. Now I hear the cry again, but I cannot tell from where. Let us go through some of the word meanings from this stanza. First, snare means trap, cry, sad tears, aid means help. Now let us see what the poet says in the first stanza. In the first stanza, the poet hears a cry which appears suddenly, making him aware, and he tries to listen it more. He recognizes the sound of a rabbit trapped in a snare. The rabbit is making sound in pain. He hears the sound again, but he is unable to find the source from where the cry is coming. So this is what we find in the first stanza. Let us see the second stanza now. But I cannot tell from where. He is crying out for aid, crying on the frightened air, making everything afraid. So from this particular stanza we get to know that in this particular stanza or verse we find that the rabbit is calling out for help and the poet hears the cry again. He tries to locate the poor rabbit but fails to locate the place. The rabbit's painful cries create an atmosphere of fear and pain. The rabbit's distress and pain can be sensed in the surrounding atmosphere and it creates horror. Cries become loud and everything is overpowered by their effect. Next stanza. Making everything afraid, wrinkling up his little face, and he cries again for aid, and I cannot find the place. So let us see the explanation of this stanza now. In the third stanza, the poet in his imagination can see the rabbit's paw caught in the snare. He can see the rabbit's face creasing in pain. The cry comes again and again, but the poet is unable to locate the place from where it is coming. Let's move on to the next or the last stanza of this particular poem. And I cannot find the place where his paw is in the snare. Little one, oh little one, I am searching everywhere. Now let us see the explanation. In the last stanza, the poet again imagines the rabbit's paw trapped in the snare. He is left with no other than to cry in the pain as he is struck and cannot go anywhere. The poet tries to call the poor little rabbit, however, he knows that the rabbit cannot answer. Till the end of the poem, the poet keeps searching for the rabbit, but he cannot find it. So my dear students, after reading this poem, it is clear to us that the poet talks about the protection and freedom of wild animals. The poet hears the cry of a rabbit in the snare and expresses his sympathy for this poor little creature. He tries to locate it everywhere, however, cannot find it. The poet expresses his kindness and sympathy for all those who are in trouble or pain. He finds all the mankind suffering but is unable to offer any help. Through this poem, the poet is trying to create sympathy and love in readers towards wild animals. So my dear students, with this we come to the end of this particular video. If you find the content of this video helpful, then like, share, subscribe this channel and click on the bell icon to get notification of the latest video uploaded in this particular channel. Till then, study hard, keep working and take care of yourself, and in the next video we will go through the question answers from this particular chapter.